In Winnipeg, at most intersections, it is legal, it is allowable to do a U-turn. Sometimes, whether it be for a lack of visibility, because of inclement weather, maybe there's just a curve, a hill, anything that causes a shortage of vision, then you cannot do a U-turn. The other time you cannot do a U-turn is if at any intersection is posted that you are not allowed to do a U-turn, then you must refrain. In this case here, we have a normal intersection, decent sight lines, we're able to see far enough ahead of us, we know it's safe to do the U-turn. What you would do when coming up to do such a thing is the left turn signal would be on. And in this case here, we would come up, whenever you're doing a left turn at a set of lights or in a boulevard, left turns all must be done before center because you have to be respectful of the oncoming left turner. And all left turns must be done before center. In most vehicles, excuse me, you can still do a U-turn by turning before center, and your vehicle would still be able to round the curve, avoid this curb, and make it safely. If you're in a longer vehicle, you may have to go closer to center and so on to make it that you can do that U-turn. And if you're in a smaller vehicle, you should be able to follow the same path as a left turn, but near the end, the only difference is instead of unwinding to go here, you keep your wheels cranked and you try to finish in the first available lane. Some of the vehicles that I own, I'm able to do that turn into the first available lane, and in some cases, the cars I've driven, etc., it might be physically impossible that despite your tightest steering radius, you might end up wide and going into that other lane on the path to your U-turn. Now, your job again, you signal left. When you get to here, you're looking. You have to yield to oncoming traffic. If you're doing a left turn, you'd have to yield to pedestrians at the end of your turn. But in this case, we're talking about U-turns, so it's really oncoming traffic's the big key. But here's one thing that I really want you to look out for. People at this stop sign, and trust me, you'll be that person at the stop sign one day. You're going to look at this car and anticipate them turning here, and you're going to leave when it's unsafe. And you don't want to be that person. Make sure anytime you're at a stop sign, you're carefully looking, are they doing a U-turn? And you'd be prepared to yield because they don't have a stop sign, you do. It'd be no different. They have a green light, you have a red light, you're the cross traffic. So the people here have to be very careful before doing a right turn that this person's in fact not turning left, but are they doing a U-turn? So you'd be very aware of that. Now, this person here, they look for oncoming traffic, and the worst part is, this car is going to leave when it's safe from these guys. Well, that's also when you plan on leaving, as soon as it's safe from these guys. So just try to make eye contact. Sometimes you might have to give up, the fact that they should yield to you, and if they don't, you be prepared to yield to them. So just be a little bit more concerned with that guy than you'd usually be. And if it's safe from them, safe from here, you now complete your U-turn and you go into the first available lane if at all possible. If you have to swing out a bit and come back, you do the best job that you can, making sure that it's safe before you do so. And again, U-turns are permitted at most intersections. Just make sure that you have adequate sight lines and no sign prohibits, and you should be able to do that turn no problem.